You know, it's funny that such a beloved family-friendly holiday classic like A Christmas Story originated from the likes of Playboy. Yeah, the film was based on 3 short stories by author Gene Shepard, and they were discovered when published to the raunchy magazine. Jesus. By the way, isn't A Christmas Story a really bad name for a movie? Wouldn't that have been like if I named my picture a comedy film?
Hey, listen, smartass!
Shepard also went on to read an unpublished story of his called Flick's Tongue. Is there anything about this film that isn't perverted?
I'll open up his mouth and I'll shove it in.
On the radio, and director Bob Clark heard it, becoming quickly interested in 1968, but it wasn't made until many years later, finally being released on November the 18th, 1983.
That's nice.
The movie follows a young boy called Ralphie, played by Peter Billingsley, who looks like Jonathan Lipnicki before Jonathan Lipnicki was Jonathan Lipnicki, who really wants a BB gun / rifle thing for Christmas, but his mum, and literally everyone else alive on Earth, refuses. We get pretty much just a string of random events taking place before his dad surprises him with a rifle at the end.
No.
The movie was released before Thanksgiving in 1983 and did okay, earning around $2 million in its first weekend against a budget of just $4 million.
Could be worth $50,000.
One of many negative reviews came from Vincent Canby of the New York Times, who stated, "Prepare yourself for this one.
Oh no.
There are a number of small, unexpectedly funny moments in A Christmas Story, but you have to possess the stamina of a pearl diver to find them. The movie's big comic pieces tend only to be exceedingly busy. Though Mr. Billingsley, Mr. Gavin, Miss Dillon and Ted Moore are all very able, they are less funny than actors in a television situation comedy that one has chosen to watch with the sound off." Wow.
Boy, they write the silliest things in the newspapers.
Roger Ebert suggested that the film possibly only did poorly because the movie based on holidays weren't that popular at the time, but I'm not entirely sure that he and Gene Siskel even watched the film.
A Christmas Story is full of wonderful scenes like those. It's a fragile movie, no sex, no violence.
And I had gone out of my skull.
Nope.
Oh yeah, yeah!
Over the years, the film became incredibly popular and is now frequently played over Christmases, gradually growing over $19.2 million. Director Bob Clark won 2 Genie Awards. On Christmas Eve in 2007, AOL ranked it the #1 Christmas movie of all time. IGN chose it as the top holiday-themed film ever, and in 2012, it won a poll as the favorite holiday film in the United States.
Was there no end to this conspiracy?
In 1997, due to the movie's growing popularity, TNT began to air a 24-hour marathon of the film, playing it 12 times consecutively. Why would anyone want to watch a movie 12 times in a row?
You would?
Surprisingly, 38.4 million people tuned in to watch the first marathon of the series, and it still continues to this day.
Oh no.
In 1994, we actually got a sequel surrounding Ralphie and his family called My Summer Story, though its original title was It Runs in the Family. Only a couple returning actors appeared, and it was pretty much a new cast, which automatically means it's shit.
Thanks a lot.
A direct sequel, A Christmas Story 2, was then released in 2012, and by God, it was hated. In 2000, we got a stage adaptation written by Philip Grecian, and in 2012, we got A Christmas Story, the musical on Broadway. This movie is a giant bucket of horse piss. Wait! Stop your typing! Just hear me out. Hey, stop that!
I don't want to.
Now, I get it. Before anyone calls me out on missing the entire purpose of the movie, I get it. I understand that it's told from a child's point of view. The movie is an exaggeration of a child's imagination. It's told from Ralphie's adult self's perspective, reminiscing on his childhood, so therefore many elements are exaggerated and made to seem way more important than they actually are, explaining some ridiculously over-the-top and dark segments, but that doesn't excuse nonsensical plot points, painfully unfunny comedy, cringeworthy performances, blatant racism, and an awful message.
Listen, jerk.
I can see why some people might think that this movie has some charm, but I personally think it's a big pile of goat phlegm that was mixed with pterodactyl sperm if it was put in a pot that was washed with fat bastard's turd. Let's go down the reasons.
Couldn't we talk this over?
Firstly, the narrations from Ralphie's adult self are almost all entirely pointless. All he does is inform us of things that we're already seeing or are about to see.
We were trapped. There he stood, between us and the alley. Scut Farkas staring out at us with his yellow eyes.
We know he's staring at you with his yellow eyes. We know you're trapped in the alley. We can see you.
Yeah, that's you. Ralphie?
My mother was trying to insinuate herself between us and the statue.
Yes, we know. We're fucking watching.
Santa Claus had come.
Really? Really? Well, thank you so much. We wouldn't have been able to guess if you didn't clarify that. Thank you.
If we don't hurry, we're gonna miss all the good trees.
Go on, go on. My mother was about to make another brilliant maneuver.
I mean, heaven forbid we just let the actors and stories speak for themselves. I better clarify some more.
90 seconds later, I'm in the only room in the house where a boy of 9 could sit in privacy and decode. Aha, B. I went to the next. E.
Shut the fuck up! This scene would be a lot more intense if you just let it play on its own. It has the music, it has the kids' decent acting, it doesn't need your fucking voice cameo just because you're the fucking author of the fucking book!
With as much dignity as he could muster, the old man gathered up the sad remains of his shattered major award.
Okay, I'm convinced. This movie treats its audience like they're fucking morons. These voiceovers are entirely pointless, like entirely. We can see what he's doing. Why do you need to explain it and dumb it down? There is no need other than blatantly assuming your entire audience is too mentally handicapped to figure it out on their own.
Ralphie, you be careful out there. Don't shoot your eye out.
She hadn't seen. She didn't know.
We know she didn't see. You are showing us the fucking scene. What's the point? We're not blind. It's like this version was made as an aid for the visually impaired, but they forgot to switch it for the theatrical release. He's breathing oxygen. He's walking down the street. He's saying dialogue. Cinematic venom continues to run incoherently as the video plays.
How the hell did you know that?
Everybody knows that.
And it wouldn't even be that bad if it wasn't for the fact that the narrator has more lines than anyone else in this entire goddamn movie.
No. Shoot your eye out.
Oh no, it was the classic mother BB gun block. You'll shoot your eye out. That deadly phrase, uttered many times before by hundreds of mothers, was not surmountable by any
Just shut up!
God help you if you use voiceover in your work, my friends. God help you. It's flaccid, sloppy writing. Any idiot can write voiceover narration to explain the thoughts of a character.
Voiceover should only be utilized in order to further the story, not to explain what's happening on screen, because that should be portrayed by the actor or actors. These are just pointless and unnecessary. It's like Gene Shepard only agreed to the movie being made if he could do voiceovers and be in 95% of it, and Bob Clark just couldn't turn him down.
Are you kidding?
I mean, here, this scene was such a missed opportunity ruined by the narrator.
What else was left but a triple dare you? And finally, the coup de grace of all dares, the sinister triple dog dare.
I triple dog dare you!
Schwartz created a slight breach of etiquette by skipping the triple dare and going right for the throat.
You had it. You had a really funny scene, but you ruined it by a voice that didn't need to be there. Look, I will re-edit that scene for you and it will be 1,000,000 times funnier.
I triple dog dare you! Alright.
You're welcome. Feel ashamed? This is another missed opportunity. Check this out.
Oh. Fudge.
Only I didn't say fudge. I said the word.
That would have been hilarious if he actually said fuck. I mean, I know this is PG, but I've got a few problems with this. First of all, why can't a kid say fuck in a movie? It's been done before.
Fuck you, Lucky Charms. Don't fuck with me.
Your canting daughter.
Second, the kid says,
Bitch.
so what's wrong with him saying fuck?
Where did you hear that word?
Critics who saw the film.
There's your right, you smelly buggers!
Third, I get that they were trying to teach that swearing is wrong, but we don't hear the swearing. And kids watching this won't get the message because they won't know what he fucking said.
Daddy, if you didn't say fudge, what did you say?
Fluff-a-muffin. The comedy is the worst. Like, this is listed as a comedy, and considering it's a family film and told from a child's point of view, the main focus is clearly the comedy, but...
Fragile. It must be Italian.
Well, I think that says fragile.
Oh, yeah.
It's very funny.
The jokes often drag on way too long as well, and they're about as funny as the wreckage of Princess Diana's car collision.
What is it?
I can't put my arms out!
It's very funny.
Show Mommy how to piggy feet.
It's very funny.
Oh, please, Ralph, I must know what we did. What brought you to this?
Please.
Please. Please?
It was?
Yes.
Soap poisoning.
It's very funny.
This is what was voted as the #1 greatest Christmas movie of all time? This was ranked higher than It's a Wonderful Life?
Wow.
This movie completely misses the entire point of Christmas. I understand that it's from a kid's point of view, but The Grinch, Jingle All the Way, Home Alone, among others, start off being commercialized like Christmas is all about the presents, but the characters go through a transition to learn otherwise. They change at the end, but here, Ralphie wants this rifle and he gets it. He gets it, and other than a malfunction and hurting himself once, he suffers no conflict and gets to keep it. The entire message of the film is whine and bitch and you get what you want. It's Christmas is all about the presents, and if you don't get it, mope like a little spoiled brat because your family don't mean shit otherwise.
Merry Christmas!
What does he even need this rifle? He confronts a bully earlier in the film in a scene that was only made to inspire the water boy many years later, but he does this with his bare hands. Why does he need a fucking rifle for? He learns nothing from start to finish.
Ah, baloney.
Speaking of which, the movie has no plot. It's just a list of things happening. Now, sometimes this can work. A marcord it works is it was showing life around their era and location, but it had characters you could also be entertained by in the meantime. Jack has no plot, but its main focus was Robin Williams' character and developing that throughout. Here, there's none of that. Ralphie is a spoiled shit who treats his brother like dirt and just bitches and whines as a bit of a perv and gets his way. The gun thing is dropped pretty early. You get this weird trippy pedophile Santa scene, but that's it, and then it's back at the end. The script is completely jumbled and you can clearly see that it's adapted from 3 separate stories. It's a mess, it's all over the place. If the filmmakers couldn't stay focused, how can the audience?
Yeah.
The acting is all around decent except for the bullies who have 0 personalities. They're mean just because they're mean. But come on, check this out. Blockbuster Buster finally has some competition. And just how irritating is this laugh? Shut up!
When I tell you to come, you better come.
This just turned into a completely different movie. His sidekick doesn't even look intimidating. At least Ginger Spice looks the part, he just has less acting talent than my butt crack. This little shit isn't scary and looks like he's on the verge of laughing most of the time. And his acting is just as bad. This totally isn't one of the most annoying scenes in movie history.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells,
Shut
jingle
up!
bells, jingle.
The heavenly aroma still hung heavy in the house, but it was gone, all gone. No turkey sandwiches, no turkey salad, no turkey gravy, turkey hash.
We get it, there's no turkey! Shut the fuck up!
What, are you gonna cry now?
The rest of the acting is fine, except for...
Get the glue.
We're out of glue.
Come on. You used up all the glue on purpose.
You used up all the good acting on purpose.
Don't you give me that look, you're gonna get it!
And again, I realise it's told from a child's point of view, but this is just weird. So the dad gets this leg lamp and everyone gets turned on by it. No, I mean, really, they even acknowledge it.
The entire neighborhood was turned on.
Do they just get turned on from the sight of a bra as well? Like, oh guys, it's a bra! Oh, put your bonus away, it's a bra! Ooh.
It's indescribably beautiful.
The dad is obsessed with it though, and why would a kid see this stuff in this way? Okay, it's his adult self looking back on it, but everything else in the film is looked at as a kid, so why is this national erotic lamp such a vital part of the film?
You touch that. You were always jealous of this lamp.
Jealous of a plastic
Jealous. You're jealous.
This beloved family film is also insensitively racist.
Tis the season to be jolly. No. Not ra 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 la 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 la.
Because nothing screams Merry Christmas like blatant racism.
Merry Christmas.
Let's see. What else can I rip apart? Oh yeah! Why did the mother put the soap in her own mouth after washing out Ralphie's?
I was just kidding.
Why do the parents let their young children go and line up to see Santa completely on their own?
And don't you forget it!
This just reminds me that I'd rather be watching The Wizard of Oz instead.
It was all over. I was dead. What would it be? The guillotine, hanging, the chair, the rack, the Chinese water torture.
Forced to watch this movie, forced to watch the sequel. We made a shitty movie, we made a damn shitty movie, we made a damn shitty movie, and it really sucks balls. I wish I could put forth more compliments towards this film other than the acting, but I just can't. It's mean-spirited, it's racist, it's poorly written, it's poorly put together, it's materialistic, so consider that your Christmas present from me.